office is not for dying. An office is a place to live life to the fullest, to the max. An office is a place where dreams come true. Michael Scott.
Have no mean hours, but be grateful for every hour and accept what it brings. This may be a calendar of ebbs and flows of the soul. The weeds and waves may cast pearls and seaweed. Henry David Thoreau.
His home is not down on any map. True places never lie. Moby Dick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alice Wolf, and I'm a member of this year's John Hay Vestry. All of us in John Hay would like to welcome our visiting students and their families to our chapel. We meet here as a community twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday, to listen to our peers, our teachers, and occasionally invited guests speak about something meaningful to them. Our weekly chapels become a time to pause and reflect in our busy days here at school. Perhaps someday you may be listening to one of you up here, giving a chapel talk of your own. I vowed on my revisit day that I would never, ever give a chapel talk. But here I am. And let's confirm, this is nerve-wracking. I grew up in Santa Barbara, California, and I moved to New York City when I was 9. I'm sure that any of you who have had to make a move, whether to a new town, a new state, or across the country, are not surprised when I say the move was incredibly hard. I struggled to find a sense of place in New York. Those of you who know me may find it difficult to believe, but I was very shy and very lost. And I struggled to make connections with others. After a stressful few years at middle school in New York, I was ready to find a place to put down some roots of my own. I loved the idea of boarding school and found my way to Westminster as a freshman. My little sister, also not so happy in her new school, begged my parents to move back to California so that she could go to school in the sunshine. You know, where surfing is a class. So, we decided to try out a bi-coastal lifestyle, with my mom working in New York City during the week, and my dad spending most of his time in California. How could anything go wrong? Living in California isn't always the dream people think it is, or certainly the one that it used to be. My sister and I are very used to the demanding work and travel schedules our parents have, but living in Santa Barbara over the past few years has come with its own set of challenges. Some of you may not know, the largest fire in California's history began in December of 2017, burning 300,000 acres and causing $2 billion in damages. California has been in a drought for around 5 years, with little to no rainfall since 2013. When the rain finally came, it created a whole new disaster. We thought we were going to lose the house last year when the mountain came down in a mudslide at 3 in the morning. A tidal wave of mud left our town a wreck and left our community to literally dig their way out. We lost 25 of our friends and neighbors. Forest fires continue to this day, and last month, my mother and sister evacuated for the 8th time. Thankfully, my parents are here today, and my sister is here on her revisit day. Hi, Liz. So, my home in Santa Barbara over the past few years has been unstable. All the sun and perfect weather my family dreamed of did not end up working out as well as we had thought. I have learned to be grateful for all I have, and that so much can be taken from us so quickly. I can complain all I want about my inability to understand calculus, or a really hard swim or tennis practice. But I would never trade the hardships of Westminster for anything, because I know that in this school I have a home. I've learned that home is where you are surrounded by loved ones, where you feel safe, and where you have room to grow. Home is truly where the heart is, and I have found a home in these people all around you. But don't get me wrong, I haven't always known this. Westminster definitely took some adjusting to, especially freshman year. One of my strongest memories from freshman year was my winter term schedule. Go to class, go to swim practice, crawl out of pool crying, limp back to my room in Edge, cry more, then go to bed without having done any of my homework. Anyone who has ever swum competitively will understand my pain. 4 years later, this past winter, as our boys swim team won New England's and our girls team broke 2 school records, I know trying out swimming was one of the best decisions I have ever made. Sophomore year, I was a little better adjusted. However, I will admit, I got into trouble for sunbathing with my friends on campus. Maybe it was on a rooftop we shouldn't have been tanning on. Maybe it wasn't. Let's not get into the specifics. This caused us to get assigned to dish room duty. Not fun. So a few weeks later, when I bumped into Sita in admissions, I asked if she had any work they needed help with in the office. She helped me finesse my way into a new work program, labeling envelopes and giving tours. As I got more and more comfortable giving tours, I started to love meeting new people, and talking about Westminster reminded me of all the everyday things that I took for granted. I knew I wanted to get more involved, and I started putting myself out there to give back to the school. I also realized I really enjoyed our mandatory sophomore civic engagement class, an introduction to philosophy and public speaking. I had never before been so motivated in the classroom. So I decided to take Mr. Eckerson's senior elective, moral philosophy, my junior year. That was one highlight of junior year, which is rare because junior year isn't really a highlight for anybody. But at least it was hard for us all together. Going into senior year, I was so excited to spend time with my classmates, give back to the community, try out art history with Mr. Griffith, and continue philosophy for a 3rd year. Mr. Eckerson actually had to add a class with just 2 students, Lily Carroll and me. Through these 3 years of philosophy with Mr. Eckerson, I have found a passion, one I plan to get my degree in at college. Most importantly, studying philosophy has taught me to not focus on what I cannot control, especially when I'm home in California. Now, as my senior year comes to a close, I know that the foundation that Westminster and my teachers have given me is a gift that will pay back forever. While I am scared to leave here and start college in the fall, which will involve getting a visa and moving to Scotland, I have learned that gratitude for the people around us can help us live a happier life. And, as Isabel read, the truest places are never on maps. They are the homes we make in our communities, wherever we may live. Thank you.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. And in the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I fear myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it heart deep in it so hardcore. I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.